Silence. All stand. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Stephanie Francis Alfonso.
May it please the court, I move that Stephanie Francis Alfonso be admitted as the lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stephanie Francis Alfonso be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Taylor Bashar Al-Jalani.
May it please the court, I move that Taylor Bashar Al-Jalani be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Taylor Bashar Al-Jalani be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christina Baroud.
May it please the court, I move that Christina Baroud be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christina Baroud be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexandra Jane Bone-Marato.
May it please the court, I move that Alexandra Jane Bone-Marato be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexandra Jane Bone-Marato be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Paris Ava Brenner.
May it please the court, I move that Paris Ava Brennack be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Paris Ava Brennack be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Callan John William Burns.
May it please the court, I move that Callan John William Burns be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Callan John William Burns be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hannah Alice Carroll.
May it please the court, I move that Hannah Alice Carroll be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hannah Alice Carroll be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cassandra Sophia Christopher.
May it please the court, I move that Cassandra Sophia Christopher be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cassandra Sophia Christopher be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Courtney Brianna Cridland.
May it please the court, I move that Courtney Brianna Cridland be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Courtney Brianna Cridland be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brianna Lee Sandra Cummings.
May it please the court, I move that Brianna Lee Sandra Cummings be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Brianna Lee Sandra Cummings be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lara Bernadette Connie Chisnock.
May it please the court, I move that Lara Bernadette Connie Chisnock be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lara Bernadette Connie Chisnock be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alison Victoria Dean.
May it please the court, I move that Alison Victoria Dean be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alison Victoria Dean be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kayla Madeline Dritzis.
May it please the court, I move that Kayla Madeline Dritzis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kayla Madeline Dritzis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah El Hussaini.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Sarah Al Hussaini be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Sarah El Hussaini be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zoe Chaya Zipporah Feldman.
May it please the court, I move that Zoe Hayazapura Feldman be admitted as a lawyer in this honourable court.
Let Zoe Chaya Sipora Feldman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabel Monique Garn.
May it please the court, I move that Isabel Monique Garn be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabel Monique Garn be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Timothy Garn.
May it please the court, I move that Timothy Gann be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Timothy Gann be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yin Gao.
May it please the court, I move that Yin Gao be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yin Gao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alison Olivia Olthoff Godbier.
May it please the court, I move that Alison Olivia Olthoff Godbeer be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alison Olivia Olthoff Godbeer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia May Grattan.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia May Grattan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olivia May Grattan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
William Zekau.
May it please the court, I move that William Z. Calhoun be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let William Z. Calhoun be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Philip Chia Chin Ho.
May it please the court, I move that Philip Chia Chin Ho be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Philip Chia Chin Ho be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alyssa Kate Jones.
May it please the court, I move that Alyssa Kate Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alyssa Kate Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amanda Korkeb Kanan.
May it please the court, I move that Amanda Korkeb Kanan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amanda Korkeb Kanan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nikolaos Kastoumis.
May it please the court, I move that Nikolaos Kastoumi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nikolaos Katsoumis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicole Takwun Long.
May it please the court, I move that Nicole Takwun Leong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicole Takwun Leong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vicky Ying Leon Ma.
May it please the court, I move that Vicky Yinglian Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vicky Yinglian Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sophie Geraldine Ma.
May it please the court, I move that Sophie Geraldine Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sophie Geraldine Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgie Ann Mancy Longan.
May it please the court, I move that Georgie Ann Mansalongan be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Georgie Ann Mansilongan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hawa Quaid Muhammad.
May it please the court, I move that Hawa Quaid Muhammad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hawa Quaid Muhammad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zachary James Murphy.
May it please the court, I move that Zachary James Murphy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zachary James Murphy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Reese Murray.
May it please the court, I move that Reese Murray be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Reese Murray be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tudnan Ha Nguyen.
May it please the court, I move that Tui Nan Ha Nguyen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tui Nan Ha Nguyen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tommy Nguyen.
May it please the court, I move that Tommy Nguyen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tommy Nguyen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jade Kissumbing.
May it please the court, I move that Jade Kissenbing be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jade Kissenbing be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Graham Michael Reid.
May it please the court, I move that Graham Michael Reid be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Graham Michael Reid be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew Jeffrey Remington.
May it please the court, I move my brother Matthew Jeffrey Remington to be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Matthew Jeffrey Remington be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Victoria Emily Sam.
May it please the court, I move that Victoria Emily San be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Victoria Emily San be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael Seif.
May it please the court, I move that Michael Seif be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Michael Seif be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ali Sirhan.
May it please the court, I move that Ali Sirhan be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Ali Sirhan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ujwal Sharma.
Good morning, Your Honours. May it please the court, I move that Ujwal Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ujwal Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kanel Kanwal Siddiqui.
May it please the court, I move that Kanal Kanwal Siddiqui be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kanal Kanwal Siddiqui be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chloe Lee Tarleton.
May it please the court, I move that Chloe Lee Tarleton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chloe Lee Tarleton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
John Walker Toniato.
May it please the court, I move that John Walter Toniato be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let John Walter Toniato be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Monica Milchrist Tracy.
May it please the court, I move my daughter, Monica Milchrist Tracy, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Monica Milchrist Tracy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dana Victoria Trebar.
May it please the court, I move that Dana Victoria Trebar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Dana Victoria Trebar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sutin Zartun.
May it please the court, I move that Sutin Zartun be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sutin Zartun be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natalie Ulitsky.
May it please the court, I move that Natalie Ulitsky be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Natalie Ulitsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Max Vecchio.
May it please the court, I move that Max Vecchio be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Max Vecchio be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Well, it will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to stand when and as directed for the purposes of swearing an oath or making an affirmation and declaration. So please stand as directed by our officiating officer.
Could the first two rows on my right please stand? Stephanie Francis Alfonso. Tala Bashar Al-Jalani. Christina Baru. Alexandra Jane Bone-Marato. Paris Ava Brennick. Callan John William Burns. Hannah Alice Carroll. Cassandra Sophia Christopher. Courtney Brianna Cridland. Brianna Lee Sandra Cummings. Lara Bernadette Connie Chisnock. Alison Victoria Dean. Kayla Madeline Dritzis. Sarah El Hosseini. Zoe Chaya Zipporah Feldman. Isabel Monique Garn. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Timothy Garn. Yin Gao. Alison Olivia Oltoff Godbier. Olivia May Grattan. William Zikao Hu. Philip Chi Chin Ho. Alyssa Kate Jones. Amanda Korkeb Kanan. Nicholas Kastumis. Nicole Takwun Leong. Vicky Ying Leon Ma. Sophie Geraldine Ma. Georgie Anne Mansi Longon. Hawa Quaid Muhammad. Zachary James Murphy. Reese Murray. Tui Nan Ha Nguyen. Tommy Nguyen. Jade Kissenbing. And Graham Michael Reid. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows to my left please stand? Matthew Jeffrey Remington. Victoria Emily San. Michael Seif. Ali Suhan. Ujwal Sharma, Kanel Kanwal Siddiqui, Chloe Lee Tarleton, John Walter Toniato, Monica Milchrist Tracy, Dana Victoria Treba, Suntin Zatun, Natalie Ulitsky, Max Vecchio. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to the Banco Court, the ceremonial court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench this morning, to my right, is Justice Adams, who is a judge of the Common Law Division of the Supreme Court, and to my left, Justice Kavanagh, who is also a judge of the Common Law Division of the Court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you, the newly admitted lawyers, to practice this morning. And we have done so sitting in a court which rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years, and the court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for great celebration. We up here on the bench can remember how hard you've all worked to achieve this important milestone. I'm also very pleased to welcome all of those supporting you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, no doubt, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable on the journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or emerging skills of argument and persuasion may be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever be the case, I'm sure that they are all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you have become, you might even convince them to shout you a civilised lunch or dinner to mark the occasion. Now, in being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession. The custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice, which has just been replicated, is one which dates back to the 12th century, and this court first admitted lawyers in 1824. Next month, the court to which you have just been admitted will celebrate its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. And in celebrating the court's bicentenary, we also celebrate 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I shall say something more shortly. But I would encourage you to absorb some of the court's history by spending some time looking at the history wall, the recently installed history wall outside, which tells pictorially and in words the history of the court, and also looking in the Supreme Court gallery out that door, which captures some of the real life and dynamism of this court's history. This ceremony is attended by unique but very important formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the profession, and that you have made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings you have just made. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one, a continuing one, and deserve solemn regard. So whether you work in private practice, at the bar, a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service, for legal aid, for a government department or agency, or indeed in an entirely different field, as a solicitor of this court, you should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, you will see from the portraits of former Chief Justices which hang on the walls of this court that we are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. And you may be wondering why, after almost 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you this, that we don't wear them because they are particularly comfortable. They are not. But we do wear them for an important symbolic reason. Symbolically, they serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Almost 45% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female, for example. That is a radical change from the time I commenced practice, which I like to think, perhaps deludedly, was not that long ago. But it has been an extremely salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is so much global uncertainty and serious insecurity, the rule of law is more important than ever, and not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical interest or import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. As we survey the globe, there is nothing theoretical about those threats and realities. In a speech delivered in 2018, Lord Hodge of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom aptly described the rule of law, and I quote, as a bastion against those who would use chaos as a ladder, unquote. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanged or unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of generative artificial intelligence brings with it both opportunities and serious challenges with which the legal profession and the courts are and will continue to deal. While the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, it has always been and remains my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. An individual in need of your services as a lawyer will in many cases be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, family, personal well-being, health, or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. You should never forget that. And that requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our rich cosmopolitan community. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and a judiciary astute to the complexity and cultural differences which underscore it. The admissions ceremonies on which I have sat including this ceremony, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when we all commenced practice. That is a very good thing, and the leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary, the legal profession, and ultimately, of course, the rule of law. Now, let me now presume to offer a little bit of personal and professional advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various times of your career, you may make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time if we are honest with ourselves, especially when starting something new. If and when you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake which I always advise young lawyers not to make is to fall into the trap of giving your clients the advice you think that they want to hear. I can tell you now that that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they will not thank you for it or welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. Being a legal advisor requires independence and strength of character and candour. Being a lawyer means that you are an advisor, a problem solver, sometimes a mediator, sometimes an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you are not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. That human engagement extends to your interaction with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, are confrontational. That's the nature of the beast. The practice of the law can be stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as regrettably and most unfortunately it sometimes does. So it is essential that you maintain your detachment, balance and good humour, remembering at all times that you're now members of a profession which is different from and not a business. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that admonition. But for a non-lawyer, the law is often incomprehensible or difficult to understand. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others. So strive to be clear and concise at all times, both in your written and oral advice. To do so actually facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both also extremely important, something of which we are much more conscious now than in the past. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because lawyers are well motivated and want to go the extra mile for their client. They want to make sure that the case is fully prepared, the advice is comprehensive, that nothing has been missed, and so the advice is given on a proper and full basis. And all of that is admirable, but it is time-consuming and it can become all-consuming. So if you do get, you must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time, occasionally still do, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. You should also remember or know that the law is a highly collegiate profession. And in this context, I'm now going to call upon two young representatives, one from the New South Wales Bar and one from the Law Society of New South Wales, to offer a few words of welcome and congratulations. Mr. Hawila, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Mahmoud Hawila, and I've been practicing for 4 years at the bar, predominantly in criminal and human rights law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and all backgrounds. It is an honor to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job, and that it allows me to give expert advice to and represent people in court, and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you're interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website. And each year there's also a Career at the Bar Open Day, which you are welcome to attend. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees within it, including the New Barristers Committee, which organises social and educational functions for barristers below 5 years seniority, like me, and a Diversity and Equality Committee, of which I am part of. It promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. And I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Ms. Sue, do you move?
May it please the court. My name's Selena Sue. Just a few years ago, I stood where you are standing today, and what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I first embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy. Often it was overwhelming, but as I stand here today after 5 years of working in the industry, I can tell you I have already learned a thing or two. One of the most important things I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community. With our 30,000 members from far and wide across the state, we are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, the desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. This is why I chose to be a part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch. Here, I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed the most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society, the New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences, events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession, stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and is populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, of your achievements to date, and of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our society. You are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. On behalf of Justice Adams, Justice Kavanagh, and indeed all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court of New South Wales, I once again congratulate you on your admission to practice and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.